Hello Gemini, welcome to your reading, welcome to your July monthly reading at that. I'm Lisa, this is Rooted Souls Tarot, and this is for you if you are Gemini, Sun, Moon or Rising. It's a general reading, so just take from it what you need and leave behind what you don't. Easy. So I've got these lovely Whispers of Lord Ganesha Oracle cards by Angela Hartfield. I'm going to pick you 3 of those and then we'll have a little bit of a look at the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, see what's going on with them, and we'll see what is happening for you this month. So what's going on in your world, Gemini, this month? It feels like it's going to be quite an important month, just generally. So let's have a little bit of a little look. Right, 3 cards. Surrender. Positive outlook. Capacity to love. Okay, so for you, Gemini, this month, we've got surrender. We can't be in control of everything all of the time, can we? You know, I'm a Virgo, I like to be in control of stuff. I like to, you know, have everything organised and everything within its place. And it's not always possible. Sometimes we've just got to let go. We've got to let go, surrender to the energy and just see where things go, where the energy flows. So I think for you this month, it is all about letting go and maybe going with the flow a little bit. Not getting as hung up on things maybe as you would usually. I like that picture there. It's just all chill, lay there, just relaxing, not getting dragged into any drama, just surrendering to whatever comes your way, really, I think this month. And just surrendering and knowing that actually, as much as we can manifest things for ourselves, we can be in charge of life to a certain point. We're not in control as much as we, you know, that can be hard to hear for some people, and sometimes we have just literally got to take that step back, be hands off on the situation and just let things unfold the way that they need to. And I think this is a month that you really need to do this, Gemini. Got that positive outlook card. Positive outlook, trying to see, trying to live life this month in glass half full mode rather than empty. Keeping your vibration high, trying to keep grounded and centered, not letting your frequency drop too much, and just you know, keeping that vibe high, because when we're in that positive energy, then positive things come towards us. Have you ever noticed that yourself? I certainly have. When I'm feeling positive, then things come towards me. When I'm feeling negative, difficult things come towards me. So it's all about being in alignment with that positive energy and looking on the bright side this month. Capacity to love. So that's an interesting one, really, isn't it? What is your capacity to love this month? Are you open to love? Are you open to receiving love? Are you open to giving love? Where are you when it comes to loving yourself? I think love is going to be a part of your month in some shape or form. Like I say, whether that is you loving you, or giving out that love to others. Again, it's like being a mirror, isn't it? When we give out, we receive the same energy. So when we give out love, we receive back love. If we don't love ourselves, then how can we expect to know how to love others? So it all comes back to ourselves, doesn't it? Have you got the capacity to love yourself this month? I think that is the big question. Right. I'm throwing cards already. You'll have to excuse me, it's mega hot here today. We're in the middle of a big heat wave. It's 41 degrees, so I think that's about 105, which is hot here for France, 105 Fahrenheit. So everything's sticking, including the cards to my hands, which is not very pleasant. Right. Okay, we'll have 6 cards. See what's going on with you this month, Gemini. Right, we've got the 6 of Swords, we've got the 8 of Swords. It wanted to come out, that one, it came out a minute ago, I put it back. The 2 of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the 5 of Cups, and the 9 of Cups. Right, this very much echoes what's going on in the cards above. So we've got the six of Swords to kick off with. 6 of Swords is all about moving into a more positive, more peaceful mental place. And one could look at that as you know, if we realise that things will just happen the way they're meant to happen, then that can make us feel less stressed, can't it? We're relinquishing control over the situation and just going with the flow. The six of Swords is all about moving into calmer waters, and waters being a symbol for our emotions, for the way that we feel. So let's see what cards we've got to go with that. Oops. What cards do we need? The 2 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. So the 2 of Pentacles is all about juggling. It's all about regaining balance in some way, or trying to keep the balance. So things are starting to feel less stressful, more peaceful, calmer even. And despite that, you know, I think you've still got some juggling going on in the background, but I think it's a positive juggling. So whether that be in a pentacle, it could be finances, it could be your health, it could be a relationship or a job, something material, a home, something practical, time even. So things are feeling calmer, more peaceful, maybe because you're doing a better job of that juggling act. Things are feeling easier, and I think that's what it is, because we've got that 9 of Pentacles there. 9 of Pentacles is reaping the benefits. So I'm feeling abundant. You know, she's surrounded by pentacles there. It's of her own hard work, but the pentacles nonetheless. And so I think you're going into the month in a better space, in a better frame of mind, because you have sort of got this juggling act, this balancing act down to a fine art. You've put in the work in the past, you've put in the time and effort, and now things are feeling easier. Just generally for you, I think, this month. We've got the 8 of Swords there. The 8 of Swords is being in a prison of your own making, a mental prison of your own making. So yes, things are feeling calmer, but there's still something that you are tying yourself up in mental knots about this month, Gemini. What is it that's on your mind? What is it that's ping-ponging around in your head that's making you feel trapped, maybe making you sabotage yourself in some way, that's stopping you from moving forwards because you feel stuck in this endless train of thought? What is it that could be this month? Is it something that you just need to surrender, you need to release, and just let it go? Because no matter how much you think about it, it's not helping you move forward. In fact, it's holding you back. So by surrendering, the lovely Ganesha card, by letting go, by just going with the flow, you've got more chance of things going in the positive way, in the direction that you want them to go, because you're just letting this cycle stop. You're letting yourself out of jail. You're giving yourself a get out of jail card. So let's have a couple of cards to go with that. Oops. Right, we've got, oh dear, the King of Swords. No, we've got the King of Wands. The King of Wands with that, and we've got the Ace of Cups. So this mental prison that you're keeping yourself in is stopping you from moving forwards. It's stopping you from moving forwards, and it's stopping you from finding the happiness that you're wanting. So I think if you can find a way to just lose the control of trying to control the situation, because that is actually what I think it is. You know, you're mentally trying to think your way out of it and figure your way out of it, when actually you're not ever going to do that this month. The energies are just not in your favour for thinking your way out of this situation, whatever it is that you've got going on. It's a general reading, don't forget. You know, we've all got our own things going on, so this is going to be different for everybody. But to move forwards with that King of Wands energy, that lovely, fiery, can do, know where I'm going, gonna do it kind of energy, you're going to have to let yourself out of that prison, to let go, let go of the control, stop trying to control the situation, and open yourself up to the happiness that you're wanting. Because, you know, we're all wanting happiness, aren't we? We're always striving towards that, or just peace even, I'd be happy with, to be honest, at this point. So let yourself free, set yourself free. It's only down to you this month. You are being your own worst enemy if you're finding yourself in that space of mental ping pong. Release it, let it go. You can't control the situation this month. It's going to flow the way that it needs to. Right, don't forget, on that note, if you like the reading, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know what's going on with you. Are you tying yourself up in mental knots? I'm a Virgo, I do it on a daily basis. It's really difficult to step out of it. I'd love to know. I'd love to know what's happening with you, if the reading resonates. And also, if you like the reading, then thumbs up would be amazing. And if you fancy subscribing, that would be even better. It all helps the YouTube algorithm get my readings out to where they need to be. Right, Two of Swords. So I think this month there's going to be a fork in the road, something that you're going to have to make a decision about. You're going to have to decide whether you're going to put your energy over here or over there. Are you going to go this way or that way? And that Two of Swords, she's got a blindfold on. She's got a back to her emotions. She's not prepared to look at how it makes her feel. She's maybe in flight, not fight, flight. She's in freeze mode because she's just not wanting to make that choice. So I think it's going to be up to you to decide how you want to move forwards through this month. Are you going to move forwards through the month battling the energy every way that you go, or are you going to free yourself up and just allow yourself to be taken in the direction that feels right for you, rather than, you know, not looking at a decision, maybe just feeling your way through it rather than trying to think your way through the month. We've got the Seven of Swords has just come out as well. Seven of Swords, it's about having a strategy. But I think in this case, it's you need to not have a strategy. I think you're juggling all of these swords. You see, he's gone into the camp and he's stolen the swords, but they're all higgledy-piggledy. And I think if you try and organise those swords, if you try and, take all of those thoughts and trying to make some order out of them, I don't think it's going to happen for you this month. I think it's all about just feeling, just connecting with your emotions and feeling your way through. Let's have another couple of cards to go with that one. Right, we've got the Six of Wands and we've got the Chariot. So I think you're winning. You're winning. If you can just go with the flow of what's happening this month, you're winning. You're coming out on top. Let's have one more. The Five of Swords. There's an awful lot of swords in here. We've got this Six of Wands is the card of victory. It's the card of, in the card he's been to war and he's returning home victorious, and the people around him are celebrating his wins. So I think for you it's going to open up open up something for you if you can just go with the flow. I think people are going to really notice you and are going to really be happy for you for whichever choice that you make. I think you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. Actually, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, I think, this month, Gemini, and you need to not. And I think you're worried about what people think. That's the thing. We got there in the end. Because these cards just weren't making any sense to me. And I think, the Five of Swords is all about something that somebody said that you're holding on to. And then we've got that, people noticing you. And then we've got the Chariot, moving forwards. And I think that to move forward, you have to not worry what people think about you, what people are thinking about you. I don't think it's true, actually. We've got that Seven of Swords there. Yes, he's juggling the swords. Yes, he's taken on too many. He's trying to control the situation, but he's also not truthful. And so I think there's something that's sitting within you that's making you worry about what people think, about how they view you. And I think that's stopping you from making that choice, from taking that decision, from taking the left fork, the right fork, putting your energy into one thing or another. And I think your lack of confidence in choosing one of those choices is coming from the fact of you're worried about what people think or what a certain person will think, because you've got this ingrained pattern of thinking within you that isn't true, that is holding you back and stopping you from moving forwards. So in order for you to move forward, you need to release that way of thinking, to let that thought go, to free yourself up from that, and just go with what feels right. Go with whatever feels good for you. And you'll know, because you'll connect with yourself, you'll connect with maybe your higher self, connect with your intuition, and feel your way through. Like I say, I feel that this month it's about taking your brain out the equation. It's about feeling your way through the month, following your instincts, following what your soul wants, and just keeping moving in control of the situation through your higher self, your intuitive feelings, rather than trying to think your way out of it, trying to engage your brain, because that's not going to work. You need to connect to what you need at your core, what your soul wants for you, what is expected for you. By connecting with your inner world. And I think that is the key. That is the key this month. And just surrendering, not knowing that you can't control the situation with your head. You've just literally got to listen to what's going on in your inside world to lead you forwards this month, Gemini. We've got the Knight of Cups as our next card. The Knight of Cups, he's taking steps towards happiness, towards love. So whatever that looks like for you. Obviously, we all have our own version of happy. How are you moving forwards through this month? What are you doing to take proactive steps towards your happy place? We've got the Star card there, and we've got the Eight of Cups, and we've got the World. So you have got hopes for yourself. You've got dreams for yourself. What are they? Are you going to start trying to bring those dreams down to earth? Are you going to start moving towards feeling your way through, connecting with your emotions, with your intuition? What feels right to you? The things that make you happy or used to make you happy maybe don't anymore, and maybe you don't feel in alignment with life anymore, because that was then and this is now. I think that you are definitely you've changed, you've transformed, and I think you're definitely moving towards a different version of happy. So like I say, this Knight of Cups, what does happiness look like for you? You know, if you really connect with your divine self, the star, you know, it's obviously a very divine card. So we've got all those stars there. She's very in contact with her higher self. What does your higher self want? It doesn't want what you've got already. It's time to move away from that and move towards something different, something that is more in alignment with who you are this month. Or not just this month, just generally, but this month it's time to move towards something different. We've got the world there, it's the end of the cycle. So that was then, and moving forwards, you know, you're going to do it a different way. The world, last card of the major arcana, you've learned all knowledge, you've gained wisdom, you've gained insight, and you're going to take all that and move forwards in a different kind of way. So I think this month it's about what do you want, where do you want to go, what feels right to you, and really just sitting with that and just using that to move yourself forwards. We've got the 5 of Cups as our next card. 5 of Cups is about focusing on the positive rather than the negative. Let me just get that card there. And don't forget, at the beginning we had that Ganesha positive outlook card. So, you know, where is it in your life this month that you could reframe the situation? Maybe if you took a big step back, looked at the bigger picture, reframe where you're going in a different way, focusing in on the things that you actually have got rather than the things that you haven't got, the negative things, the things that maybe you perceive to have lost, to be sad about. So let's have a few cards to go with that. As we're starting afresh, as we're moving forwards, as we're you know, changing the way things are, finding ourselves, you know, moving ourselves into alignment, we're going to be leaving stuff behind. Excuse me. You know, he's leaving those 8 cups behind him. He's moving on to something better. And when we leave things behind, there can be a sense of sadness, a sense of loss, maybe a sense of, have I done the right thing? But there's always something else going for us, something, you know, something different, and that's okay to feel that sense of loss, but as long as you don't linger on it too much and just, you know, focus in on those positive things, because, you know, as we said before, sitting in a lower vibration, it's not going to serve you in any way. It's going to keep you in the same place. It's going to maybe block the energy from moving forwards the way that you need it to. There we go, the Devil. Lower vibrational energy, staying stuck, staying chained to the same place because of that lower vibrational energy. So in order to free yourself up, you need to raise your vibration, I think, before the end of the month. I think maybe you'll have a little bit of a blip and a little bit of a struggle, maybe of, you know, what's going on inside, maybe a little mental health blip where, you know, you're focusing on the things, the lower vibrational things, lower vibrational emotions, feelings, behaviours, and it may well be a struggle to get yourself out of that at the end of the month. And I think we're back to this capacity to love. You're moving forwards in a really positive way, Gemini, and I think, you know, it's always easy to fall into that self-sabotaging behaviour, isn't it? Because maybe we don't love ourselves as much as we could. Maybe we don't, you know, we don't think we're good enough. Maybe we don't think we're worth it. Maybe we're not, we're frightened for whatever reason. And I think if you can get yourself into a place where you're feeling better about yourself, picking out the positive things that you have got going for yourself and really just sitting with those and learning to believe those, because you are amazing, Gemini. You are a fantastic, fantastic soul. And if you can do that, if you can focus on giving yourself some self-love, then that will contribute to lifting your vibration, and it will help you to get yourself into a space where you can move forwards in a more positive way. You know, we all have ups and downs. We all have those negative times, those times where our vibration just goes through the floor. The key is, it's fine to be in that space, and it's okay, and sometimes it's a little bit necessary, as long as you don't stay there too long. I'll give you a day. The next day you need to get up and you need to start trying to make yourself feel a little bit better, and actively, it's something that we have to work on, isn't it? Sometimes lifting our vibe is hard work. It's really hard work, but you've got to put in the work and you'll get the results. You'll feel the benefits of it. Let's have another card to go with that. Yeah, it's all about the flow of energy. All about that flow of energy, keeping it going, not being in one space too long or another space too long, just keeping it moving, keeping that flow, that balance going, so that it doesn't affect things for too long. Because we've got this Nine of Cups as our next card. I think before the end of the month you're really going to feel like you're going in the right direction, that things are coming together, that you're moving towards the things that you're wanting for yourself. Oops, really sorry, it's so hot, everything's sticking to me, it's disgusting. Ugh, right, I try not to, every time I'm shuffling I'm keeping hold of a certain amount of cards in my hand because it's so terribly warm and sticky. Right, we've got the Three of Wands and we've got the Page of Cups. So things are moving in the right direction. Things are going well for you before the end of the month. And I think you're starting to look towards the future. You're starting to look towards what's next, where you can take yourself, maybe you're even thinking about planning a holiday. We've got that Three of Wands there. That always is, for me, is a card of travel, of going away, but it's also the card of looking to where's next, what's next for you in the future, in the physical as well. Page of Cups. This feels like, to me, like it's a card of you feeling okay with the way that you feel. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to feel out of sorts. And again, this is a card of love. It's a card of opening your heart, being kind and compassionate to yourself. It can be a card of new love. And I think this is you learning to love yourself, of actually, feeling, it's okay to feel like this. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be open-hearted. It's okay for people to see, that maybe I'm not having a great day. But I think, you're moving through this month in a really it's all about just keep going with the flow this month. Trying to keep that balance, trying to stay in the middle, trying not to get dragged into drama, trying not to let yourself fall on the floor, energetically. Just keeping things in the mid-ground this month, and knowing that it's okay to feel maybe a little bit down, being kind to yourself, loving yourself, keeping that positive vibe, and just surrendering to the way that the month is going, because it's not in your control this month, Gemini. I've got news for you. I'll just tell you that again right now. But this last card I've got here, Four of Wands. The work that you're doing in July, you're laying some good foundations, some strong foundations for yourself, for your future happiness, as you're going through the motions. Whatever it is that you're working through this month, it's creating a strong foundation for yourself for the future. I think there's going to be some lessons to be learnt this month. I think you're going to have to learn to do things in a different way, things that and go against the way that you're really wanting, that you're the things that you would usually do, the coping mechanisms that you would usually have. You're having to go against them this month. And it all feels a little bit alien, I think, and maybe a little bit stressful because of that. But the processes that you're going through as you're moving through the month are giving you the character building. I love that phrase. I always used to use that on my children. It's oh, I'm having a rubbish day. It's character building. It's all right. But I do feel like it's character building. It's building you a strong foundation for the future. Stay positive. Stay positive. It's all going to be all right. You've got this, Gemini. You have got this. It's an interesting one. And yeah, it's all going to be good. So don't worry, don't stress. Just go with the flow. Go with the flow and keep a positive outlook. Right, I'll leave it at that. I hope that's been helpful. Please let me know in the comments. I'd love it if you fancied subscribing. It'd be amazing to have you. Press the subscribe button and the notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on any readings. And in the meantime, look after yourself. Stay rooted, stay open, stay magical, and I will catch up again with you next time. Hopefully it won't be as searingly burning hot as it is right now, particularly under the lights. But there we go. Take care of yourself. I'll see you soon.